There you go, just a little bit noodling around in D minor as we get started off. All right, let's talk about some of these chords. The first sheet I want you to take a look at is one called, it's this little handwritten sheet that I did here. It's called Shape Chords, some finger spreading exercises. We did this for a workout at our guitar conference a couple of weeks ago, and some new stuff that we hadn't taught before, and it really went over well, but I wanted to show you the concept. Here's the big idea with this. We're going to take a simple shape. In this first case, it's based off of one shape. We're going to use just two fingers together. Simple A2 sort of a shape. So you've got your second and third finger on the fourth string, second fret on that E. You've got a third finger on the second fret of the third string, and everything else is open. You're not playing that low sixth string. You're just playing from the fifth string down. Regular old A2. Okay, that's going to be our seed shape. And then I'm going to start moving that around. And as I move it to different parts on the fretboard, we get different sounds. Some of them work, some of them don't. Just ignore the ones that don't. But some of them work fantastic, and you can come up with some really cool options for various chords by just moving a simple shape around. So the first one that we're going to do is the simplest one of all, just going to base off of this A2. Now, is this, as we do this, follow along on the chart, and you'll see the different shapes that we can go through on this. As you have questions, please just type them in to the chat there on YouTube. If you can use all caps, that helps us out too as well. All right, someone is saying that they haven't been able to put the links available. I think Doug, let me know if that's a problem. You should be able to put links on it. At least Doug should be able to as the moderator. Okay, so here's our basic shape. Now, if I take this same shape and move it up to the 4th fret, it's currently at the 2nd. If I move it up to the 4th, play the same strings, I get a different combination of notes, a different chord. So I go from A2 to an A6-9. A little bit of a different sound. You could use that in place of an A in some spots. Would work in a jazz setting maybe. Kind of just give you an open sort of a sound. If I move it up one more to the 5th fret, I get a really cool A minor 9th. So you see what I'm doing? All I'm doing is taking these same 2nd and 3rd fingers, moving in the different places on the neck. 2nd fret. Now the 3rd fret doesn't work, sounds nasty. So we skip that, we go right to the 4th. The 5th one though is this really hip A minor 9th. Wow, that's a money chord right there. If you need an A minor and you want to sound hip, throw this A minor 9th on them and that'll work. If I move it up one more fret to the 6th fret, now I've got a great A major 9th. A really cool chord. All I'm doing is taking the same shape and moving it around. A minor 9th at the 5th, A major 9th at the 6th. If I go up to, let's say, the 7th fret, get kind of an A suspended 9th. If I go up here to the 9th, I get another A2, just a different voicing. If I move up one more, this is at the 10th fret, and this kind of changes the tonality a little bit, and this would be like an F major 7th with a flat 5 with an A in the bass. Kind of rather complex chord, but in the right settings can be used really, really cool. If I go up two more, now I'm at the 12th fret, and I'm at the an A11th right there. All right, so those are the, what did we get? We pulled out about 8 forms out of that shape. A2, A6-9. We got a really good one there at the A minor 9th. An A major 9th there at the 6th fret. At the 7th fret, we got an A as, what did I say, A suspended 9th. A2, F major 7th, flat 5 with an A in the bass. A11th. And then if I go up 2 more, I'm just an octave from where I started. So just a simple idea like that you'll notice created so many harmonic options that you were able to do. 2 good ones that came out of that were the A major 9th and the A minor 9th. Even if we just did those, let's see if I can get a little loop going. Okay, so different options there. 2 great sounding chords we were able to pull out of that. All right, take a look at the next one. All right, what do we have down there? This is going to be based off of a different shape. So instead of having the 2 fingers right underneath each other, now I'm going to spread them out a little bit. This is a D2. Regular old D2, you see it all the time. Okay? If I start moving that bad boy around, we get some different options there. D2. If I move it up 2 frets to the 4th fret, I get a D6-9, again, 4th fret. If I move it up to the 5th fret, I get a really hip D minor 9th. If I move it up another half step, I get a D major ninth. Look at that. Minor ninth at the 5th fret, major ninth at the 6th fret, just like the A minor ninth, and the A major ninth of the other one. Let's see if I go up one more. 7th fret, I get kind of a D sus2. Well, some of these work better than others. The 9th fret, get another D2. What do we have here? We've got a B flat 5 with a D in the bass, then D 11th at the 12th fret, and then back where we were. So we've got some different options there. Let me turn my loop off, see if we can find something creative to do there. 1, 2, 3, 4, 2. Let's go to that B flat one. Let's do that B flat one again. Let's see if that looped. This was the D minor ninth. Here's that B flat. That sort of thing. Okay, so you get some different options there. So we found a few really cool chords out of just 2 shapes. Let's go to the next one. The next one, we're going to scoot up. We're going to do basically an E5, which is, you have a little bit wider of a finger stretch here. I've got my first finger on the E at the 5th string, 7th fret. I got my 3rd finger on the B at the, 4th string, 9th fret. Pinky on the E with my 3rd string and 9th fret, then an open B, open E, maybe even a low E there. That's going to be our bass form there. So where could we go? Well, this one, instead of going up, I'm going to go down to get us started off with. So I got an E5, really cool E5. You can use that for a lot of power chord kind of stuff. If I move it down 2 steps, maybe take that low E off, I'll just do the 5 strings. It's another D6, 9. If I go down a half step, I get a really cool C sharp minor 7. So instead of playing this guy, I can play this C sharp minor 7th open like that, and it sounds a different voicing that other people aren't going to be doing. If I go down another half step, get a really great sounding C major 7th. So instead of going like this, I've got a little bit more of an accessible form like that. If I go down one more, I got a B sus. Okay, so those, what do I have? 5 there. E, D6, 9, C sharp minor 7th, C major 7th, B sus. Okay, now if I go up, I'm at the 7th fret. If I go, let's see, let's go up here to the 10th fret. I get a kind of a cool E minor 9th. E minor 7th, excuse me. And check this one out. If I go one more half step up, I get a really hip E major, what is that? E major 9th. No, just E major 7th. Okay? But not a form that everybody else would be doing. Everybody else would be doing something maybe like this, or like this, Okay. If I go up one more to the 12th fret, I get up kind of an E11th sort of a sound. So we got a couple of good ones there. Let's mess around with that one. Clear out my loop here. Let's see. Let's put on some super reverb. That's a lot of reverb. All right, we'll try that. I don't know if we'll like it, but we'll try it. Here you go. So I'm just going to noodle around on this E5 sort of 1, 2, 3, 4, back to E. Let's go to our E minor. E minor, sorry. E major. Back to E5. Minor. Major. All right, get some noodling around there. All right, on those sort of shapes, so we've gone through 3 different shapes now. An A2 shape, a D2 shape, and now we've gone through an E, kind of a 5 shape. You'll notice our fingers are getting wider. I went from this shape to that shape. Now I went to that shape. Now we're going to stretch it even a little bit further. We're going to go to kind of an A5 shape. I see a couple of you are asking questions here. Let's see. John Steele is asking, am I just playing minor pentatonics to match the individual chords? Well, sometimes I'm just kind of staying in the bass key, like on that E minor one. See if I can get it going again. It's kind of an E5, so it could be either major or minor, but then it goes to the D, it goes to C sharp, it goes to C. So if I played kind of E minor-ish, if I did an E minor pentatonic, that works pretty good. Now, the one that it doesn't work on is right there, where it switches to the major. So I have to go to E major right there. So I'll do E minor again. Now I have to go major on a pentatonic. Just different ways of doing it. Let your ear be your guide on what works and what doesn't on some of those things. All right, let me get you a couple of more that I want to get to. We have an A5. I'm going to stretch out your fingers a little bit more. So I'm up here at the 7th fret, open A, first finger on the 4th string A, third finger on the 3rd string E, pinky on the D on the 2nd string, and then it's open there. Kind of an A5. I'm going to go down like I did before. If I go down to the 5th fret, kind of have an A suspended 7th sort of a thing. A6 if I do it at the 4th fret. Really cool. F major 7th with an A in the bass there. If I go down one more, the 2nd fret, I get a really cool A2 with no 3rd. So if you want an A2, that sounds a little bit different than the normal. You can lay one of these things on them. If I go up here to the 9th fret, let's see, get kind of an A6-9 thing. If I go up a half step up, another beautiful A minor 7th. If I go to the 11th fret, get an A major 7th. So we found a couple there that worked pretty good. Now, as I'm stretching my fingers out, let's go to the bonus round. All right. So here we're going to base this last one, number 5, off of an E2 shape. So I've got an open E, first finger E at the 5th string, 7th fret, second finger on the 4th string, 9th fret there, big stretch there, and then pinky way over here on the 3rd string, 11th fret, then everything else open. Now if your hands aren't used to making larger stretches like that, just kind of do some of these stretching exercises that we've talked in the past. I think I have the Phil Kagi stretching exercises we did, I think, back on the arpeggio when I was doing the jazz arpeggio lesson. That's a great exercise to help you with your stretching. Okay, so if I did this one, I scoot it 2 down, end up with a really cool D6-9, another one down, really cool C sharp minor 9th, another one down, C major 9th. Again, pretty large stretch here, and as I'm getting further down the neck, it's getting larger. If I do the B at the 2nd fret, I get a B sus9. Let's see if I go up to the 8th fret, kind of a cool F major 9th with a flat 5. 9th fret, F sharp suspended 9th, and then a G6-9 after that. So kind of open sounding forms, but it's just a different way to approach using chords. So now I've shown you probably, 25 different shapes right there, all based off of really 5 different finger movements. I wanted to show you one more way of looking at this. Take a look at the next little PDF that's called Shape Chords. Daniel Smith is saying, would it be correct to look at it like more of a modal idea? It does come out sounding kind of modal, doesn't it? As I'm moving these around with this one pedal tone, the open tone, and I'm just moving these around. It does sound a little bit modal. It's not really, but it does kind of end up sounding that way. Take a look at this next PDF where it says Shape Chords up here. This is the same idea, but I'm going to take another simple chord. This is a C. Regular old open C. And if I move him up 2 frets, I get a really cool D sus. Let's just, I can use that high E if I wanted to make it a D sus9. If I want to just do a D sus, I can just do it like that. Really cool chord. Use it in the right situation. Very cool chord. So instead of playing this, which is what everybody would play, you've got a different option there. If I move it up, next few don't work too well. If I move it up here to the, the 6th position, F major 9th, G 6th, up here at the 8th fret, and then 10th, I got a cool A 7th. Okay? Now, take a look at the next one. Flip over the page. Take a look at the next one. Now I'm going to take a simple E shape, and I'm going to start moving it around, and we get some cool shape sounds with this. Here's an E. If I move it just a half step up, I get this really cool F major 7th, flat 5 with an E in the bass. Well, Steve, what on earth can you do with that? Hey, that's very, need anything that sounds Spanish, Mediterranean, anything like that? Very rich sounding chord, and all I did was just shift that E shape up 1 fret. If I maybe add the bass to it, so I just added the F there, C, F, A, but still kept the open. Very rich sounding chord. If I move it up a half step, I get an F sharp suspended, F sharp 7 suspended. Steve, what an ugly sounding chord. How could you ever use that? Wait a minute. You're going to love it here in a second. Another half step, G. 2 steps up, an A. 2 steps after that, I get a really cool B sus. 1 half step up from that, a really cool C major 7th. 2 steps up from that, really cool D6 9. So I put a little progression there. Let's see what it sounds like. Maybe I'll make a loop out of it. 2, 3, 4, That's the A, and then the E. F sharp suspended. Cool things you can do with it. We found a couple of good ones in there. Take a look at the next one, the last one. Our batch I want to show you is an F sharp minor 11th shape. 2nd finger, I mute the 5th string, then I do the 3rd finger on the 4th string, pinky on the 3rd string, all at the 2nd fret, then the open B, open E. Got an F sharp minor 11th. Okay, if I start moving this guy up, E2 with a G sharp in the bass, A minor 9th, there at the 5th fret, really cool A minor 9th. 2 more frets up, I got a B minor 11th, and a C sharp minor 7th there. All right, so I think I have a progression. Well, a little bit later on, I do the progression. Okay, and then the last one I've already shown you, which is the E5 one. So take a look at that. Let's look at this example 2, the last example there. That kind of gets into some of these other ones. A minor 9th, G6, F major 7, flat 5. Do it again. Let's try one more time. If my looper's not freaking out. Here we go. 2, 3, 4, and. These are all kind of loosely, kind of C major-ish, A minor, G, F major 7. So I could just really noodle around in C and see what happens. sound. We'll just let it go here for a second. Just listen to the sound. If I do a C major pentatonic lick over this A minor, it sounds like this. Straightforward, pretty straightforward. Let's say I did a little chord substitution thing, and I played a G major pentatonic over this thing. A little bit more of a, I'm farther away from the tonal center, so it gets a little bit more of a colorful sound. What if I did thirds? What if I did sixths? I'm just sixth in C. What if I did kind of a 3-note on a string scale? So I'm just going to do it in C. Okay, so that's the scale. That's all, just 3-note on a string. There you go. Hey, what if I did it in G? Ooh, okay, a 3-note on a string scale in G over this C bass progression. So that F sharp that's in the key of G is going to start sneaking out and sounding a little funky. Let's see if that works at all. Okay, that F sharp, that's what kind of makes it sound a little exotic. So that one doesn't work as well. You could probably maybe stay, maybe if I did something in E minor though. What if I did octaves? There you go. There you go. Some options about that. We have some great questions coming in, but I've yabbered on too long. Let's give something away. I wanted to give away, we had from our good friends over at Alfred Music Publishing. They had given us a, this is the Essential Dictionary of Music. Great little handy pocket reference for musical terms, things like that. Tempos, it gives little blurbs about various composers and things like that. Handy little book. I've used it many times. Essential Dictionary of Music. The winner of this is Anthony Sochi. Anthony Sochi, you have just won the Essential Dictionary of Music. Send me your information, Anthony, at service@mightyoakmusic.com. Your screen name, what you won, that always helps me out. And then I can get that off on its way to you. Send me your mailing address, things like that. There you go. Congratulations. Let's, I wanted to give a couple of announcements. We have our, wow, so many things to tell you about. Our YouTube channel, just this morning, went over 12,000 subscribers, so congratulations, all you nuts that have subscribed to our YouTube channel. We're up to 12,000 now. It's pretty great. And that changed over this morning. So, and we're close to 2 million views on our YouTube channel. So thank you for watching live lessons and learn all you can. All right, we have our Fall Fingerstyle Retreat coming up in October 30th through November 2nd. I can officially say now that it is full. And but if you did want to be put on the waiting list, just email me at service@mightyoakmusic.com. I can pretty much guarantee you that at least 1 or 2 people will probably drop before the time of the actual event. When we're going to have Trevor Gordon Hall, one of Acoustic Guitar Magazine's 30 Under 30, great young fingerstyle guitarist. He's going to be with us. Certified guitar player John Knowles is going to be talking about song arranging, things like that. And the great Phil Kagi is going to be with us doing a full evening concert. So it is a tremendous event. If you're interested, put your name on the waiting list. I can pretty much guarantee you some of those people will drop out and we will go onto the waiting list. So that is our fall fingerstyle guitar retreat. Our summer event, which we just had last month, which was amazing, we are going to be doing again the dates for the next year's guitar gathering are Wednesday, June 12th through Saturday, June 15th. So I'm working on the page for that now. That should be up in a week or so. If you're interested in being a part of the summer event, which is 4 days of just all things guitar here in Nashville, I'll let you know when that comes out. We've got a couple of our guitar gathering shirts and stuff left over. That's in the apparel section of our store if you want to check that out. Actually, we have our hats too, but we sold out. So we sold out at the conference, so we will be getting a few more in. Once I get those in, I'll put them back up in the store. But you guys went nuts over the hats, so that was cool. We did have a few resources left over from the conference that I wanted to let you know about. One of them is pumping nylon. If you're serious about learning technique, especially classical guitar sort of based technique, this is the best, hands down, the best resources I have found. Okay, this is the pumping nylon. There's different versions and different editions. This is the second edition. This is the one with the DVD with Scott Tennant, the author, playing through the exercise and giving instructions on how to do these various things. It comes with the 120 Giuliani right-hand studies as well as 16 of his left-hand studies. There's all sorts of great technique things in here, as well as the DVD and online audio of all the songs and whatnot. And I think we've got that for $29, $28, something like that in the store. So I only have a few of them. If you're interested, check them out. Helps us pay the bills around here. All right, let's give away one more thing. I want to give away from our good friends over at the Fretboard Journal. They have been a real help and blessing to us as long as we've been doing conferences and things. This is one of the greatest magazines that I have found with guitar. If you're interested in just beautiful pictures, great stories, kind of coffee table book stuff, quality, check out the Fretboard Journal. The winner of this, we're going to get a free copy of this, is Jeffrey Gish. Jeffrey, congratulations. You have just won, Jeffrey Gish has just won the Fretboard Journal. Congratulations. Hey, send me your information at service@mightyoakmusic.com, and I can get you fixed up with all that sort of stuff. All right. Hey, let me play a little bit more. Let me play a little something for you. I was messing around with, Fly Me to the Moon today. It's kind of a jazz song, so let's see if I can get kind of a jazz song, jazz sound. Not too bad for a jazz sound on a Telecaster. All right, this is Fly Me to the Moon. Great jazz standard sort of thing. I'll just noodle around with it. Maybe I'll slip in some of those chords that we were learning. There you go. A little bit of Fly Me to the Moon there. Noodling around there. A little bit of a jazz take on that one. All right. Let's get to a couple of the questions. Neil is saying, Neil ES335, one of our wonderful unpaid moderators who I appreciate so much. Hey, Neil says, I'm in session 14 of Learn a Master Guitar, learning octaves. Can I please discuss and elaborate on this and how to practice them and use them? All right. Well, typically it's used in kind of a jazz octave sort of a feel, a style. Okay, so there's basically two shapes. If I'm up here at, let's say, the 5th fret, and I'm going to put my first finger on the 5th string, and I'm going to put my 3rd finger on the 7th string, or excuse me, the 3rd string at the 7th fret, I have these two notes. And I'm plucking with this, I'm doing with that. I can do it with a pick too. But the main idea is that you have there's a string in between them that you have to mute out, that 4th string. So the secret is, I'll go back to this, is I let my first finger, his little rear end, just set on that string. So he's still in there. So it takes a little bit of practice to kind of get the feel of it. Now, Wes Montgomery played him with his thumb, which got an even warmer sound. And so that works good on the 5th and 3rd string combination and the 6th string, 4th string combination. But it doesn't work on the 4th and 2nd string combination. You got to go out to a pinky there, 1st and pinky. And that works for the last two combinations. So you have 1 and 3, 1 and 4. And a great way to practice those is just to do a scale. So if I did it in C, it'd be C, D, E, F, G, A, B, C. So you find out real quickly, you have to move your hand real quick. Now if I did them, sometimes what I'll do is when I'm in a jazz setting and I want to play them fast, I kind of use the back of my 3rd finger. I don't know why I do that, but probably because I didn't figure out that Wes Montgomery used his thumb until much later. Gets a little bit edgier sound when I do that. So sometimes, if you want to do a single note thing, but you just want it to be a little bit beefier than just going, you can do octaves. It's great for kind of a smooth jazz setting. Let's see if I could figure something out here. So that's just an A minor, going to a sort of an F major 7th-ish, going to a sort of an E augmented, E7 sharp 9. So I'm going to play octaves. Add a little delay. Quick on we're doing these octaves. Sliding into them sounds great. Good question. Heavy 1192 is saying, can I talk about 13th chords? Yep. Here's the deal with 13th chords. Well, you have to understand what it is first. You're way up on the food chain there. You have a triad, which is 1, 3, 5 in the key of C. That would be a C based off a C major scale, C, D, E, F, G, so I have a C, E, G. Then if I went up another third, that would be a seventh, in this case a major seventh, so I'd have C, E, G, B natural. If I go up another third, I get the ninth, C, E, G, B, D. Okay, now if I go up another third of that, I end up with an 11th, which an 11th clashes with the third, so generally in a 13th chord, the 11th note is dropped. So in a 13th chord, typically what you have is the 1, 3, 5, the 7, the 9, you drop the 11th, and then you add the 13th. So I'd have the A in there too. But Steve, that's about 6 or 7 notes. How can you play that on a guitar with only 6 different strings? Well, you got to drop something. And typically a good thing to drop is the G, the 5th, because nothing exciting is happening with the 5th. So you can generally get by with dropping it. So that leaves you with the root, the 3rd, the 7th, the 9th if you want to grab it, and then definitely the 13th because it's telling you it's once the 13th chord, so you have to have the 13th in there. So a typical form that I would use is something like this. If I did it in C, it'd be a C, then I skip the 5th string and I play the B on the 4th string, E on the 3rd string, A on the 2nd string, D on the 1st string. If I want to play it down here, that's another way to play a 13th. Okay, so there you go. Doug H. is saying, how would these sound if you had regular chords playing the main rhythm and you joined in with these color type chords? All right, they're going to sound pretty good. Some of them, you have to let your ear be your guide, though, Doug, because it's not all of them are going to work. So sometimes you may clash or not. So if I did like an A minor, let's see, what could I do? Let's say A minor. Let's do a G. Let's do an F. Maybe an E. E major. Back to A minor. There you go. I can slip in my A minor ninth, that's fine. G, maybe I could do a G sixth. That's going to work fine. Try to use various forms. Okay, so they'll work. You have to kind of let your ear be your guide for that. One more question. Robert Jones is saying, Steve, can you show us some finger walking exercises? Sure. In that Fly Me to the Moon song, okay, the first chords are A minor to a D minor to a G7 to a C. Great progression that lends itself real easy to doing walking bass line stuff. Nobody really taught me this, so I just kind of figured it out on my own. And basically, here's all that's going in my head. I wish I could tell you it's more complex than this. I have to do an A, and then I got to walk up in 4 beats and land on a D. Okay? So I try and generally use this scale of the key that we're in. So in this case, we're in the key of C, so I'm going to go A, B, C. I need another beat in there before that D. I could maybe do C sharp. And then I hit the D minor. So do you see what I did? Or I could do 2 A's. If I did, let me show you how it is with the A, using the C sharp. 2, 3, 4. Okay, now I can also do 2 A's and then go up to the D. 2, 3, 4. Okay. I could walk down. It's harder. I can't play the chord. A little tricky, a little bit easier going up. Going to the D minor, to the G. Oh, I use this one all the time. Same thing. Walk right up, D, E, F, F sharp. Okay, hit the G. Or I can go down. Walking down the scale. And then I try and hit the chord on the 1 or somewhere around there. And sometimes if I can't find something, I'll just land on it and just wobble around. Something like that. So if I put all that together, it ends up sounding like this. 2, 3, 4. Do it again. Like right there, I didn't move. I just kind of stayed there. Because something else was moving. So it's a little trick to be able to do the quarter notes with your thumb and then be able to do the accent hits with your first and second and third finger. The best instruction I've ever seen for this, wow, you guys are going to have to do some digging here, Doug and Neil, to try and find this. This is a YouTube video. It's put out by Artist Works, and it's Martin Taylor, and I believe he's talking about hand independence. So you might type into YouTube, Martin Taylor, hand independence, Artist Works, and see what comes up. He's got the best teaching I've ever seen on finger independence and walking bass lines is there. You'll know it. It's about a 20-minute video. And he starts out really slow, and by the end, it is ridiculous. So he is the master with all that sort of stuff. All right, let's give away one last thing. Hey, here's a Groon shirt. They got a new design. So this is an extra large. It's kind of the gray one. Let's give this one away to Slick Liz 56. Slick Liz 56. You have just won a cool Groon guitar shirt. Hey, if you can, type in what size you are so that we can make sure and get your size. So I don't want to give you a live or an extra large if you're small. So if you can, type in where you're from. So our winners tonight were Anthony Sochi, Jeffrey Gish, and Slick Liz 56. Liz, send me your information at service@mightyoakmusic.com. Mailing address, screen name, you guys know what to do, all that sort of stuff, and I will get it out to you. So congratulations to all of our winners. Lots of fun. Hey, K9 Chaos Barb, it's good to see you here in the chat. Barb, you have moved since the last time I've seen you. You've moved across the country. So I love our folks that have been with us a long time. Diane Boykin, I saw Diane, you have been with us forever. Doug, you've been with us forever. I appreciate all these folks. You know, I received just today on our discussion board, one of our great discussion board members, WIM, I think it's TD or something like that. He's from Belgium. You'll occasionally see him on here. Maybe he's here tonight. He's from Belgium. And he wrote on our discussion board how he just finished the guitar course that I did with Gibson. Went all the way through it, all the way to session 20, started 2.5 years ago, never thought he could play. Went all the way through my course, as well as using some stuff by Justin Sanderco, who we have a great relationship with. He's great. And he used some of our stuff and Justin's stuff and some other things, and eventually went through the Song Hits course too. And I listened to, just this morning, him playing Don't Know Why by Norah Jones from Session 20 of the Song Hits course, and he did a pretty stinking good job on Mona Lisa, which is the last song in the Song Hits course, and very few have made it to there. And our friend from Belgium did that. He wrote on his in the discussion board just this morning, he says, the strange thing is that this accomplishment of being done with this feels more like a start than an end to me now. It's like having earned an entry ticket into the world of making music. On the journey, I learned a lot about the learning process as well. A piece of music might seem tricky and difficult to learn at the start, but by breaking it down into smaller pieces, by taking it really slow, and putting in the necessary time, it can be done. Building this confidence is, to me, an essential part of a musician's development. Yes, 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 yes. I couldn't have said it better myself. Congratulations, William, I guess is what that is, W-I-M, from Belgium. Thank you so much for being part of our guitar family. Boy, that's how you get it done. You just keep doing at it. On days you feel like it, some days you don't, and you just keep doing at it. Keep doing the right things. Practice slow. Keep trying to conquer things that you can't, and you get better a little bit day after day. So there you go. A wonderful thought today as I was over at our discussion board. Hey, check it out. If you're not a member of our guitargathering.com, check it out. It's a free discussion board. I'm on there answering questions all the time. Greg Voros is on there answering questions all the time. We've got videos over there. We've got training stuff over there. It's all free. Go over to the member map and put a pin where you're from. It's fascinating to me. All the people are over there. I think we've got 1,200 people over there now. Also, if you haven't yet signed up for us on our Guitar Gathering YouTube page, please subscribe to us there so that you can get all the things that we put up. So, hey, thank you guys for being part of things. Let me play one thing for you. I'll grab the acoustic here. Let me get tuned up here. Thought I'd play this Phil Keaggy song if I can remember it. Since Phil's going to be at our fingerstyle retreat. All right, here we go. Let me see if I can remember this. Yeah, get my